Hello and welcome back to A Broken World, Chapter 2, A Group. Previously, on A Broken World in Chapter 1, a young boy Stephen, 17 years old, has to leave his underground house in order to visit a town to stock up on supplies. What is waiting for him there? Are there monsters or other things that could be far more dangerous? Samantha was walking ahead of the group in a quiet anger. It wasn't that she was angry at the group on an individual basis. Well, perhaps one or two, but she was more angry at them as a group. Somehow, they looked to her for leadership. She never liked being the leader. She never wanted to be the leader. But since several of the older leaders of the group died, since they started out, she had somehow become the de facto leader of the group. At this young age, she had somehow become one of the oldest ones now. Just because she was a year or two older than some of the others, that automatically made her responsible for the rest of their lives, that her decisions could mean life or death, to have food or to starve. That wasn't fair. Why had this curse fallen upon her? When she was growing up, she rebelled against her parents. She called them stuffy, old, and they didn't understand anything about her life. Looking back on it now, she realized what a brat she truly was. She never understood what her parents went through to make sure she was safe, that she was secure, that they had so many difficult decisions to make just to keep her well. She was not religious, but she sent a silent thank you to them. She had no idea what actually happened to them, but she could guess as much. She could only hope that they actually died and hadn't become one of the changed. "Hey, Sam!" a voice called out to Samantha, bringing her back to her self-hating mood. A girl about a year younger than Samantha came running up to her. "Hey, Sam!" "Hello? Anyone home?" The girl smiled, waving her hand in front of Samantha's face. Yes, sorry. I guess I was just spaced out there for a moment. What is it, Jules?" Jules smiled widened. "You were thinking about Artie, weren't you?" "What are you talking about?" Sam said with some anger. At the same time, she felt her face warm up. She only hoped it didn't show. "I was thinking about what we need to do. I do not have time for boys." Jules kept on smiling. Sam didn't know how she managed it. It was as if the reality of the situation, even after all this time and all they've had gone through, hadn't got to her. Like this was some prolonged holiday, or a video game to her. It both angered and made Sam happy that someone could still be like this in this new world. "Oh, come off it," Sam said. "We all know, we've all seen how you two look at each other. It's bound to happen sometime. You might as well just let it go and get it over and done with." "But Owen looks at me the same way, so by your reasoning, I should go with him, Sam was starting to get annoyed. The headache building up wasn't helping none. Jules burst out in laughter. "Oh, we all see Owen looking at you. But there's a big difference here." "And what's that?" Sam asked, and immediately regretted it. She knew that this would open a floodgate of chatter. "Well, Artie's cute, smart, and strong. Owen is a dog. Weird. It kind of freaks everyone out. He acts like he's smarter than everyone. He acts like he should be our leader, but no one trusts him. He wants him to, I don't know how to say it. In short, Owen's just a scary fat pig." Sam wanted to be angry at her friend, but the face Jules made, holding her finger to her nose and pretending to throw up, forced a smile to her face. As much as Jules talked and did not think about what she said, like she had no filter, she was the closest girlfriend Sam had. Jules also helped with morale with the whole group. And you wouldn't think about it looking at Jules' small thin frame with glasses and short blonde hair, but she was one of the best fighters in the group. She could see Jules being one of those pretty girls, popular, got all the boys and had all the friends back in the former life they had. By contrast, Sam felt ugly. She would not really say ugly, but perhaps average brown hair, average height, average build. She thought everything about her was just so average. And it made her wonder again, why ask me to lead? Rubbing her temples, trying to get the headache to dissipate, she asked, "What do you want, Jules?" Oh, right. That's right. Silly me. She tapped her head with her knuckles. It's the young ones. They need a break. We've been going for hours and hours already. Sam raised a single eyebrow. Okay. It's not just the kids. Everyone. I mean, come on. Look behind you. Look how far back we all are. I know you have some type of superhero stamina, but us mere mortals do need a rest and need to eat. She leaned closer and whispered, and we also need the toilet. Sam turned around and was surprised. She knew she was ahead, but not by this much. If they were attacked, she would not be able to get back in time to help. She felt bad. All this time she was in a state of self-pity, that she did not even think about the little ones behind her. There were some real small kids there, a couple of sisters and brothers, only about 6 years old. Okay, we'll have an hour's break, but we must keep on moving. I want to find a place to stay for the night. I don't want to be stuck outside. Atta girl! I think you also need a break too. I mean, not to sound mean or anything. She paused, trying to find the words. And yet, somehow I think you're going to be able to get through and tell me, Sam told her sarcastically. Look, I know how you feel. You think that this is all on you, but it isn't. Look, we appreciate it, but some of us are not just useless. We can help too. She saw the look on Sam's face. Look, all I'm saying is, here we are for you. Looks, all I'm saying is, we are here for you. You do not need to carry the whole world on your back. We can also carry it for you. Jules took Sam's hand and patted it affectionately. Sam didn't know what to say. She was afraid to say anything. She was afraid that she would start to cry. Jules could ramble on a lot, but sometimes, just sometimes, like just now, she knew the right thing to say. Sam smiled, nodded, and turned around to join the others. On the way back to joining the group, a slightly overweight boy with short jet black hair and expensive suit came storming up to Sam with a scowl plastered upon his pimple-ridden face. He stopped just a few inches away from her, making sure he was blocking her path. What the hell are you playing at, girl? He said, pointing his finger at her. You just walking off like that, huh? Leave the rest for us, is that it? Samantha put her hands up. Look, Owen, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that I've gone that far ahead. Look, I stopped. I'm coming back now, you see? Owen lowered his finger, but refused to look away. I do not know why they look up to you. We need a real leader. Someone to take charge. And let me guess, that someone is you? Owen straightened himself up and smothered down his suit jacket that was a few sizes too big for him. Now that you mention it. Sam gave a dismissive laugh and started to walk around Owen. He moved to block her again. Look, little girl, why don't you go find some food? In this world, we need men to run the society. It just comes down to simple genetics. Men are stronger, faster, and braver. Another voice came from behind Owen. Men? I do not see a man here. Owen froze, not daring to turn around. Another girl, perhaps 14 or 15, walked around Owen. Unlike Owen or Samantha, Vicky was tall, well-muscled, and tanned. The other way she was different than everyone else in the group, that she was the only non-American. At first, everyone tried guessing where she was from, but no one got it. It turned out that she was from Romania on a school exchange program. When the change happened, because there were no boats or planes anymore, she was stranded away from her home, her country, and her family. Vicky looked right down into Owen's eyes. She did not flinch. She did not blink. Owen felt like she was looking and ripping out his soul. He was sure that he would be the strongest in the group if it wasn't for the pretty boy and this girl, Vicky. Vicky smiled. So Owen, you said it's all about genetics. That is all about the gender. Well, how about we do a little biological experiment then, huh? Before Owen knew what was happening, Vicky had grabbed his crotch with her hand. Well, I guess that takes you out of the running then. Nothing there. Ha ha. She laughed and winked at Sam. Owen turned red, and then a strange kind of purple, in both embarrassment and rage. Too afraid to say anything, he turned around and marched off. I hope that bitch gets in the end, he muttered underneath his breath. Vicky watched him walk away, reminding her of a penguin she once saw at the zoo. Little prick, and yes, I mean that both literally and hypothetically. Just ignore that little gargoyle. He has, what did they call it again? Oh yes, that's it, the Napoleon complex. At least Napoleon had won a war, and I think he was probably more handsome than him. The two girls laughed and joined the others. Sam addressed everyone. Okay, everyone, we're going to rest for an hour, and off we go again. Get some food, and get some water in you. Use the toilet if you need, but remember, go in groups of 3 or more. There was a moan. Oh. Yeah. I don't want to hear it. We all feel embarrassed with others around us, but I'll take that over being eaten any day. Don't worry, I think we're almost there. Perhaps another hour or 2. We should get to see a town before dark. Enough time to scope it out and make sure it's safe. The kids parted way. Some sat down, some ate some food, some went to the toilet, and some just stood around talking. Hey, nice speech, a long blonde-haired boy told her. Yeah, real great speech. But thanks for lying to me anyway, Artie. She smiled when she saw him. She always thought he should have been the leader. He was tall, handsome, strong, the kind of kid who would never have given her the time of day back in their school. She guessed that he would have been one of the popular boys, the kind who played sports and always had a crowd of friends hanging on his every word. She only guessed that. He just seemed the type. Most of the kids made a silent pact not to talk about the before times. It brought back too many bad memories. It was a futile effort to forget what you've lost. It was better just to look to the future. Getting lost in the past was nothing but a bad thing. No, man. I'm serious. It was good. You gave them what they wanted, but you gave them a timeline, some discipline. The kids need all that. Hell, I need that. We all do. He put one hand on her shoulder. A shiver ran down her spine. Artie, can't you just take over? Be the leader? Come on, you're perfect for this. Artie shook his head. No, you are the one. Sure, some of the kids like me, but they all like you. They all respect you. They all look up to you. The older ones respect you. The little ones see you like a mother figure. Samantha gave a short laugh. Me? A mother? She pointed to herself. Not in a million years. You had no idea what I was like before this. I'm the furthest thing away from having any paternal instincts than anybody else here. Artie joined in the laughter. He raised his hand. Okay. Poor choice of words. Perhaps I should say, figurehead? I understand you don't want this. But who said? It was somebody said something like, some people take greatness and other people have greatness thrust upon them. Wow. Deja vu. Sam wasn't sure if they did this because they all loved her or they all hated her. Deja what now? Artie looked confused. Oh, just something Jules said a bit ago. She ran her fingers through her hair and let out a groaning sigh. Fine, I'll do it, but only underneath one condition. Artie was smiling. Oh, I wouldn't be looking so pleased if I was you, sonny boy. You're part of the condition. Me? Yes, you. Here's the deal. Take it or leave it. I do think we need a single leader for this to all work out. But at the same time, I think we need to be able to separate things. So I need Jules to be the leader of the young kids. She's good with them. They feel happy and safe with her. I need Vicky to keep the want-to-be leaders away. I need her to protect the perimeter when we set up camp. She and Bam Bam are good at weapons and gadgets. And you, she poked him hard in the chest, you're going to be the head of the security. You know how to fight, and I need to keep the fighters trained and ready for fighting at any given time. Artie paled a little bit. She knew one of the reasons why he wanted her to be the leader, so he wouldn't have to be. She didn't know why, but she suspected the reasons were his, and most likely they were similar to hers. He took a moment to think about it. Well, I think I have to talk to them, but I think we're going to have to agree with this. So you've got a deal. He held out his hand. Sam took it, and they laughed. Something to eat? Yeah, I'm so hungry I could eat a changed. The two of them made the way to the rest of the group. The rest of the kids looked at them with knowing, grinning smiles that made Samantha start to get angry once more. And that's the end of Chapter 2. Stay tuned next week for Chapter 3, An Older Man, a Little Girl, and the Beast. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please go back and listen to the original episode. You can also follow the other videos and shows that I have here as well. Thank you for listening, and have a great day. This has been a DHB Productions. This has been recorded, voiced, effect, and written by David Binder. Copyright limited to DHB Productions.